Terry Barton.
Good evening, all.
Yeah.
Hope you're all well. Thanks very much for coming and join us on our Friday night fun night entertainment. Take the mick out of Steve night, something like that. So, anyway, as we always have, Terry and Brian. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining us. So I hope you've all.
Good evening, everybody.
So I hope you've all had an amazing week.
Hello.
After the long weekend, bit of hard graft back this week for everybody, I would imagine. After having a 4-day weekend, was it? Yeah, 4-day weekend. Other than these pensioners,
Sunday weekends.
other than these two pensioners,
week.
yeah. Here we go. So anyway,
Pensioners? What's this pensioners nonsense?
You are pensioners.
Oh yeah, retired folk. Is that what you mean?
Yeah. You know, yeah. Okay. I'll get there one day. I will. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel, and every year it's getting closer and closer. So
once
a little dot at the moment. It's just a dot.
Yeah, it's just
once
a
you're
little
on
tiny,
50, you're getting on a downhill shoot.
It's about the size of a pinhead at the moment. The way the government will go, and I'll be 90 before I retire. But anyway, what am I doing tonight? I've been inspired by Mr. Clasper. I've seen he's been doing some amazing arty pieces, and I thought I'd have a bash. Nothing as nice as Wayne's by far, because two reasons. One, I haven't got the wood the size of Wayne's, and number two, my lathe won't take them size of bits of wood. So what I've got a bit of yew. It's a bit about yay big. I'll show you in a minute. I've had it sat on the bench for a long time, and what I'm going to do it off center so we get some thick and thin bits, and then try and put some patterns in it. And after that, I ain't got a clue. So I'm going to be guided by you lot. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but I'm going to be guided by you lot. So I'm going to go to the lathe, show you what I've got, and then one of these gentlemen are going to welcome you all in. So what I have on the lathe is a piece of yew, as you can see. The size of the yew is 210 mil across, or long, shall I say, 120 mil at the bottom, 100 mil at the top, and it is 47 mil thick. I've drilled the hole so it's not in the center, it's slightly above center, so it's going to give me that off-center look. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to loosen the chuck and move it a little bit so it makes it even more off-center. So obviously we're going to start with a circle in the middle, and then we're going to do some beads and coves and other texture and other bits around the outside, just to make it look fancy, really. Being new, should we colour it? Shouldn't we colour it? I'm going to leave that to you guys, and see what happens.
Risky.
What?
It's really whether Brian and I want you to colour it, because we without lies, you say the chat said don't colour it.
Oh.
We can just tell lies, yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to gently tip that. So that's a couple of degrees off center. No, actually a bit more than that. Let's go a little bit more than that.
Off vertical,
Brave.
off center anyway.
Brave.
Wave.
Very Bartlett said, gentlemen.
So what that is that's just a few degrees off center now. I don't know if you can see that if I go on overhead. So as you can see, that's just a few degrees off center that way. And the actual hole, 52 mil force in the bit, is off center as well. So it center should be here somewhere, and it's going to give us some thick and thin pieces. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually do my circles, but the circles should, when we stand upright, should look like they're being cut on the skew width. So
it's going to stand out of the way when you start that up.
I am going to turn it on when I stand it right out of the way. So we'll see what it's like. It's not too bad because it's only a small piece. That'll be all right. She'll be all right.
Don't, Brian. Read your chat.
Well, I have to read the chat.
Yeah, why not?
Well, let's just start with the participants list then. Not that many in the participants list. Anyway, I'll read the participants list first. We've got Mr. Barry Shitty, Mr. Barry from Barry's Wood Creations. We've got Brian with a Y. Chloe's in. Hi, Chloe. Chloe was in the workshop a minute or two, guys, a minute or two ago.
Troublemaker.
Being a pest. Dave Oti is in. Oti. I see I got it right this time. Doug Miller from Woodspun Round. Douglas Mullen. Mark the Gentleman Woodturner.
Right, I'll be back in 2 seconds. I've just got to get my smock out of the car.
Yeah, you hurry up then. Take your time. Robert from Hodgepodge Works. Aston from I Want to Make Stuff. Jappy Makes. John Scarborough. Michael McEwen. Paul Finlay from Woodturning at Home. Good friend Pete from Twisted Trees. Steve Gordon. I don't know why that name always reminds me of Flash Gordon, but no matter. Susie the Swiss Woodturner. Terry Bartlett. Wayne the Woodturner. He was almost first in today. Evening
Colin
Wayne.
was first in.
Wifey Woodshed. Wood Wizardry by Colin. And Woodturnings by Barry. Oh, and Andy the Woodwork Learner. It's just popped into my participants list. There are 47 people, 48 people watching.
Say Michael McEwen, I don't know whether you mentioned it.
No, I didn't. No, he's
Malcolm
I
Douglas
did
is
now.
in.
Popped in as well there.
Woodworm Paul.
So let me just go back to the live
Owen
chat.
Izzard. Hello, Chloe.
See who else I can.
Wesley Hannah.
See can I discover anybody else.
Oh, Grandma Ruth Tube's in. She was second.
She was in
Colin
there.
was
In fact,
first.
when I first came in, Grandma Rooster was the only one that was there.
John Scarborough's in.
Right, Robert. There's going to be enough of this nonsense tonight.
Happy's
So,
in.
I hear the SK114 would have been a much better grip on the off-center piece like this. Brian, can you confirm this? Oh wait, never mind.
Wait, never mind, Brian. You can't confirm it.
That's because I haven't got one, and that should be the last mention of the SK114 this evening. Steve
Scott
hasn't
Dunn
got
is
one
in as
either.
well.
I think they're a waste of money.
David Heath to go for Carpenter.
Oh, controversial, Steve. Controversial. Hi, David. Christina Michael. Did you say Christina Michael?
I did, yes.
Yep. Good evening,
Turn it on the
everybody.
side camera so we can see the cuts as it jumps off.
They won't jump off. Have faith, Terence.
You need to zoom out a little bit so we can see it flying across the workshop.
That looks pretty good, actually.
Have you got somebody in first slip there? Ready to catch this?
Yeah, just get Chloe to come and stand as backstop.
Oh, poor Chloe.
Door 60's just joined us, Door.
Evening door.
Oops.
Yeah. Yes, Andy, you're right. It should be the last mention, but will it? I have my doubts. And the gentleman who says controversial, Steve. He's referring to the chuck. He says that would be because you don't have one. Lol.
Chuck's a chuck, in my eyes.
Oh,
Wayne's
Wayne the Woodturner's
114
joined in now.
special, as it has 2 indexing rings.
2 indexing rings. Oh, really?
Yeah. James Crawford's just joined us. Hello, James.
Hi, James.
Doug Miller, we spun round. He's just joined.
Anybody was watching, Steve, here's any what you guys can think about what exciting projects you're going to be doing this weekend.
Yeah.
Woodturning or not, doesn't matter. Just stick it in the chat. 55 watching.
Don't forget, it is hashtag Lidded Box week. Well, Lidded Box 3 weeks now. So if you fancy doing one, get a picture over to Steve before the 26th, I think it is.
Yep, 26.
They will be put into the list for a montage of all those that took part.
Had some nice ones over. Thank you to everybody who sent pictures over.
And there's the email address you need to send your pictures to.
Yeah. Andy H. returning in. Hello, Andy.
Hi, Andy.
Mike Doyle.
skkrafts at btinternet.com. Hi, Andy.
How's Keith, Andy?
What's this?
How's
Harry
Keith?
says he's watching with his grandson, Patrick. He's 7 years old. Looking forward to having his second go on the lathe tomorrow. Well,
Good man.
That's the way to go. Get them started
keep
early.
it going, buddy.
Oh, Wayne's doing another box tomorrow night. That'll be good.
Right, Wayne. Malcolm Douglas
says he's
segmented candlesticks.
segmented.
Wow.
Yeah, don't do
Mum's being a couch potato.
You're not. Tusky.
John Scarborough's silver wedding anniversary next week, and him and his wife asked Well, and his wife asks what she could buy for him, as she's buying a silver watch. He's buying her a silver watch, and he said, "It's silver. Is it? As it's silver, an SK114 will be perfect."
It's not silver,
She
though.
said.
It's not silver. It's stainless steel.
Well,
That's
silver.
a
Right,
different anniversary.
he's
Silver.
going cheap then, isn't he?
Silver
So
colour.
Keith
Buys her a
Keith-
silver watch. She buys him a cheap stainless steel.
Yeah.
Chuck.
So Keith, apparently Keith got home from hospital today, according to Wayne.
Oh, good.
Oh, well done.
Popped out the
Oh,
chat.
that's okay. Hope
That's,
he's
that's
watching.
good.
Well done, Keith. Get better soon, mate.
It's good, man. Hope you're recovering well. Brian with the Y
Brian.
says, I had planned to do my lidded box this weekend, but we have forecasts of over 40 degrees, so I'm not sure.
Turn in your pants.
That is hot.
Just a pair of shorts on, all windows and doors open.
I would say stay indoors is the thing. In the shade. Ash from Katie's Shed is in. Good evening, Ash.
Well, Ash.
Hi,
Poor
Ash.
Douglas Mungan's suffering. Like, it's painful for him. He can't stand for more than 10 minutes. I know
Oh,
the feeling,
that's a bit like
mate.
you,
Can
Tam.
I? At the moment, yeah.
Yep, Terry's having the same problem.
Yep.
Shocking. So this coming Monday, Terry's doing a live, and I'm going to be in the background if he needs.
Well, you're
if he
going to do
needs a
20
rest.
minutes in the middle before I can have a sit down.
I'm going to try and do something in the middle.
Finish that thing you power
No,
cut
me,
it on.
I may hollow out the little beehive lidded pot that I started on Thursday. We'll do the hollowing out.
Dave Odie's not been in his workshop for 3 weeks because of a new job.
Dave,
Not had time or energy. What's the new job?
shocking.
Dave, any good?
Well,
What are we doing new?
Well,
What's new?
I hope the new job is panning out okay for you, Dave.
Probably selling SK114 chucks.
Oh, God. Good work, learners. Andy says in the process of making a lidded box, but as if I left the lid on, and it will not get it off again until Tuesday. I may have to recut the lid off again. Oops.
Just need to put
Did you
a
make it a bit tight, son?
bit of glue in there, I think,
Well,
because
Douglas got
that's
diabetic nerve damage. Oh,
Wow.
sorry to hear that, mate.
Diabetic nerve damage.
Stephen, the wood dude's in. Hi, Stephen.
Hi, Stephen.
Hi,
Evening,
Stephen.
Stephen.
Dave's working in a sawmill. Very hard. Oh, well done, Dave. So that'll be
Oh,
round your house then, will it?
I'll be everybody round to Dave's house. Free wood.
He's going to regret saying that.
Isn't it?
John's
Free
cover
wood at
spoiled.
Dave's house.
Not only is he buying a silver watch, he won't be on the lid next week because he's going to Rhodes.
Oh,
He spoiled that woman.
well, it's going to be hot on roads. I'd stay at home if I was you.
Evening, Joe Senior. All stand by
Joe
your beds.
Senior's in, yeah.
All right, Joe.
Amen, Joe. Where are you picking up Glenn from? Where's he
Don't
been?
tell me he's, don't
What's
tell
he
me
been doing?
he's been in the workshop sleeping, I reckon.
haven't heard from Glenn for days.
No.
Seems to be
Probably just
missing
got
in
off the
action.
ferry. William Kenny's in, honey, William.
Mark the gentleman Woodturning says, Pete, is at my place tonight? And we're both on
June
our
Barn.
second can. Just saying,
They're doing
I can
fine.
guarantee you that won't be the last. Well, this chat's fairly moving on. There's 59 people watching now, Steve. Better make
Wow.
a job of this.
Thank you very
Thank you, everybody,
much.
for coming in.
William Kenny says, good evening, everyone. Hope all is well. It is well with me. Life is good, I have to say, William.
Good.
Heather's in. Spirit
Even-
Wind, Stone and Bone. Hello, Heather.
Even my knees are quite playing ball these last few days.
Matt's Woodshop's just in.
I'm even contemplating riding my horse again.
That's it. That'll
Oh,
knack
don't tell the horse that.
No, I'll not tell her yet. Matt's Woodshop. Hi, Matt. It's a new name, is it not? Matt's Woodshop.
Hmm.
Let me have a quick look at Matt's channel. See if I subscribe to Matt or not.
Right, so just let that cure
Let's
for a few
switch up.
minutes.
That's got 197 subscribers. Let's have a look. Got videos. So loads of videos.
Oh, stick
I
him
see
in
there
the
were a donut cutter, a maple
Steve's
root,
happy with that.
Woodturning spindle. Yeah, let's have a little subscribe in there. Subscribe to there. Let's do that there. Copy that there.
Woodworm Paul says he hasn't been in his workshop for 10 weeks as he
Oh,
has a total
taste
knee
it.
replacement. He's looking forward to
Oh.
having a go next week.
So there's Matt's Woodshop. Just put his YouTube link in the chat there, guys. He's new if you haven't seen him.
Grandma
Please.
Ruth's tube's gone. Gone.
Sorry, Matt. It's a new name to me. If you haven't seen him before, pop over, have a look after Steve's finished.
Just say Roy's the boys in. Grandma Ruth got a question for you, Steve. Steve, what injuries have you sustained whilst returning?
None. Oh, I've had a couple of cut fingers.
The old bruised knuckle.
I don't know if I have had a bruised knuckle, to be honest.
Oh, I caught my knuckle on the chuck the other day.
I always try and keep my hands away from the,
Yeah, so did I.
the moving parts.
I was trying to get in behind, just trying to get in behind to part off. And it just touched the chuck of my knuckle. Boy, it was a bit sore. I did say ouch. Or worse than that effect.
Ashton's in, rather than make stuff.
I asked him something from the beginning.
Oh, okay.
There's an iPad going again. Roy, the boys in. Good evening, Roy.
I said that an hour ago.
Oh, did you?
What are you?
I must be
wait,
behind on the chat. Let me scoop down the chat here.
Also, you're behind on your listening, because I said it.
I don't listen to you, Terry.
I know. We all know
I
that.
never listen to a word you say, Terry.
I know.
Funny you should say that, Brian. We had noticed that.
And I'm reduced to drinking brandy tonight, guys, because I've run out of Doombar.
William Kenny says he's had injuries from Woodturning. He has bruised pockets.
Bruised pockets.
Yeah, I've got plenty of them.
Yeah. I have an anorexic wallet.
Anorexic wallet. Right, so I don't think I'm going to go any further down that.
Right.
Yeah. John Scarborough's nipped over and he's subbed to Matt's workshop.
Good. So Barry.
Good.
Woodturning is by Barry.
Oh, and so it's Woodturning Barry, yeah. Excellent.
I can do that after I've
It'd be over
live.
200 in
I
no
can't
time.
do it while the live's on.
And Roy the boy says, that's okay, Brian, I don't mind 2 shout-outs. That's the reason for doing it, Roy. Calling us artist sub to Matt. That's him at 200 already, just like that.
Nice.
There you go.
That's what the community's about. Share and share like.
I should sub to Matt afterwards.
It doesn't cost
Right.
anything to sub to anybody's channel, so.
Right, so just double check this, make sure this is tight.
It's not like the subscription to Netflix, which is a never-ending money pit.
Ruth says she thinks that's why she wouldn't take up Woodturning because any injury. She's going to become a detectorist when she retires.
Oh,
So,
you are you?
into archaeology and you never know. Might
Oh, I
take a
don't know
bone
about
and
that.
stick in your leg.
Don't know about that. Although
I'm going to buy her a metal detector.
cool. I'm quite partial to a bit of archaeology myself, I have to say.
Yeah, she loves it.
I used to like that.
Keep out the
What do they
word.
call that? Programs on Channel 4. What do they call it?
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean.
Tony Robinson. Was it Tony Robinson? Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of it's called.
What's it called, Ruth? Tony Robinson. You can type in the chat.
Can't remember what it's called now.
Heather made 3 whiskey whiskey chimneys today.
Whiskey chimneys.
They fit wild turkey and Glencairn glasses. Cool.
What's a whiskey chimney?
On top of the glass.
Oh, what? You just drink whiskey. You don't smoke it. Why does you need a chimney?
Well, you forgot these people. Some people smoke it, don't they?
Has to be an American thing, no. And Wood Dude says, "What's Netflix?" Yeah, it's about to die. I think Netflix, to be honest. Barry's Wood Creations is getting close to 400 subs, guys.
Yeah. If I take him off the list, then
Take him off the list, yeah.
catching up to you, Brian.
Catching up.
Time team. Well done, Mark.
That's the
Time
one.
team, that was
Time
it.
on.
That's the one.
Roy's got a metal detector. Any good,
Glenn
Roy?
has a
Does
metal.
it work? I mean, do you find anything?
Glenn has a metal detector.
Yeah. Well, he hasn't took it out of the box, yet, has he?
I don't know about that. I can't answer
Oh.
that.
Alice Roberts. Ruth says she loves Time Team. Alice Roberts and lots of ancient artifacts, including me. Bitch.
What am I doing now? It's not the right thing to do. Go there. Paste, that's it. Paste. Barry's Wood Creations. There's Barry's. He's nearly at 400 subs.
That's right.
So that's his. What?
Wesley hit 400 subs a week ago.
Oh, probably go on.
Well done, Wesley.
Pedro Designs is his channel. He hit 400 subs.
Wesley.
Pedro Designs. Yeah.
We see. Have I subbed to Wesley before? I think I
Pedro
have.
Designs is his channel. So.
I know. But because I've got a
Excuse
spanner, I can just click the link and it goes straight to it.
Benjamin's in open.
Oh, Ben.
Oh,
Probably
that's,
Stand by your beds.
Yeah.
Well, that's a bit confusing. Wesley Hannah has a page which has just got 9 subs on it. So
The weird dude says he's got 0 subs. Maybe he needs to start a YouTube channel. Well, that's
it might be helpful if you did.
Stephen.
If you did, Stephen, you could
Oh,
maybe
channel.
help us with some of that fancy work you do. That fancy colouring
You won't
stuff. I
wanna give
love
any
the
secrets
bronze
away,
bowls.
that's it.
Or the Bronze Age bowls you did. Gorgeous bit of work, I have to say.
Doug Miller wants to know. He's talking about subs. He says he keeps creeping up to 665 subs and then drops back to 660. Could YouTube be doing that?
Yes.
I think
They
they
could.
might actually. Not for any other reason, but they have a clear out and then back in, and then they put them back a week later.
It has if people who sub to your channel, if they don't actually watch your channel occasionally, YouTube take a kind of dim view of that.
Yeah, Ruth, Grandma Ruth Tube, if you look, see what Dave Odie's just said. Oh, I got a metal detector. It's been in a box in the loft. He got bored of spending hours in a field finding nothing. Well,
Finding nothing. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
a
but
funny way to spell nothing.
It's always that one
Actually,
time
Dave,
when you could find something, though.
Yeah, Dave, that is music to my ears, really.
But Ruth will be spending hours in the field.
In brackets, Ruth spending hours in the field means I got hours in the workshop.
You might have to buy 2 cars now, Terry, though. Well, no, just give us a car, and then you can't go anywhere. You'll be stuck in the workshop. That's the idea. One car.
Yeah, 1 car, mate.
1 car's plenty.
Yeah, I did have several cars. I've got rid of them now. Just got one.
You need a 4x4 there, saying
So Wesley has explained. He says, yes, this is my watch channel. He uploads videos to his channel. It's Pedro Designs. Is that
Pedro
Pedro?
Design. Yeah.
Pedro?
Pedro's
Pedro
Design.
Design. Pedro Design. Pedro. I will go and have a look at that after this live and see if I can.
See, Terry Bartlett's on the right. He's got the right vibe. Terry's not an ancient artifact. He's a treasure, and your current state should be excluded from all household chores.
A treasure.
Excuse me while I get back up from the floor.
A treasure.
Yeah.
Terry, Mr. Bartlett, I think you need talking to.
I think he needs talking to as well.
A treasure. Jesus.
Man is a genius. Man is a genius.
An absolute treasure. You're right.
Yeah, that's it.
Just go refresh my page for a second, yeah. Because there's some data about the number of thumbs up.
Ruth Tube's just said now.
Currently, we have 68 people watching with 34 thumbs up, which is just half.
Ruth just said, Terry will be my donkey, digging and carrying. And she's got a genuine Tudor ring and a Bronze Age ring. Yeah, guess you bought them for her.
Oh, you didn't find it then?
No, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to the jewelers and get some
Terry will be my donkey.
jewelry. You know. We go and dig in today, Ruth, and I'll just drop here and there, and she'll find them, dig them in, you know. I'll keep her.
Mark the Gentleman Woodturner is questioning Terry Bartlett's sobriety.
I think we all are.
No, I'm not doubting him at all. I think man's a genius.
Andy's suggesting Mark needs to use a metal detector to find the tools he's dropped on his workshop floor.
Or
Try to say Mark doesn't tidy up. Can't believe that. But this could be the case.
Douglas Munger says, Brian, that bowl Stephen said was his christening bowl.
Christening bowl? Oh, yeah.
Roy's a
From the
boys
Bronze
knows
Age.
that's a spindle gouge you're using there.
Yeah, it's a quarter spindle gouge.
Quarter spindle gouge.
Quarter spindle gouge. So, just want a little bit of lining in there, really. Question is, what do I use? Do I use a skew just to put a little line in there?
Terry Bartlett says, careful now, Steve. I have your board to push at our next meeting on Friday.
I'm sure you'll do your best, Terry.
Yeah, you will.
Woodwood says, I tried to do video some work yesterday, but my USB lead wasn't long enough. I've ordered a longer one. So there may be some content at some point. Well, we're looking forward to that, Stephen.
We are. Very much
Yeah,
so.
we are looking forward to it.
Right, so I'm going to put a little bit of texture in there. Just on that, excuse me, just on that edge.
And that is the Sorby small or large texturing tool?
It's the Robert Sorby mini texture tool.
Mini.
Right.
So turn the lathe down.
Susie Woodturning says, Mark's shop floor was extremely tidy on the webcam yesterday. Yeah, that's because you cleaned a bit of floor just in front of the webcam.
That's called green screening, Susie.
And Mark is protesting his innocence and trying to get Pete to back him up. He says,
It's a tip.
is my workshop tidy, Pete? Question mark. Feel free to comment or deny, or confirm or deny. I see Pete's not jumping in there to confirm it anyway.
Well, Callum T's in. I'm seeing Callum T before. Hello, Callum.
Hi,
My biggest
Callum.
injury was when my wife found out I'd bought an SK114.
Now, Callum, why did you have
Well,
to
buddy.
mention the 114? You could have just said, when I found out I'd bought a new chuck. Callum T.
Right, so a little bit, I don't know if you can see that. Can you? That little bit of texture I've just done in there?
Nope, can't see it. It's not close enough.
There, see, Dave, he's going back on it now. Like he's just said, he said he's never found anything, but he did find a coin from 1574 and a silver seal matrix. So he did find some. Hello, Jennifer. Jennifer's in.
Right, Jennifer.
Oh, I see, Susie. So Mark took the opportunity to show people around his workshop yesterday while I was powerless.
Yeah, of course he did. He would have
Right.
show you.
Is that
Quite right,
better?
Mark.
Is that better?
That's better. That's perfect.
Right, so I just put a little bit of texture around there. How I did that was I had it virtually vertical, and then I ran it backwards and forwards like that. Obviously, that's spiral at a slight
Center
angle.
spiral looks great.
And now go on.
So when you're holding it vertical, it just produces it like a line of dots, doesn't it?
Yeah, but because it's concave like that, it
Mhm.
gives you a different
got-
pattern than it would if you was just on a flat edge.
It gives you like, I don't know what you would call them, little
it's like
comet trails or something.
Yeah, it's like a stitch effect.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn it slightly, and I'm going to do exactly the same in that area there. So I'm going to take it from the outer edge and push it round.
Are you cutting with the beveled edge or the flat edge?
The beveled edge. So as you can see there, just give that
Yeah, that's nice.
little bit of texture in there. I've put a little
Yeah,
tiny.
we can see it nicely in that dark piece of wood there.
Yeah. So I'll put a little V in there, and just inside there for just to finish them off. And I think I don't really want to put any more texture on that, because if I put any more on, I think that'll ruin it.
Less is more sometimes. Roy the boy suggests that he's replying to Susie's comment about Mark's clean floor. He says that's because he paid some lad 20 quid to clean it up. He probably didn't. He probably dragged some unsuspecting youngster off the street.
Work experience.
said for work experience, and then threw them back out again when he had it clean.
So I'm just going to de-nib that with a Scotch-Brite.
So Pete's has replied to Mark's comment. Says he can deny that rumour. And Mark has just replied, someone's sleeping in the workshop tonight. Yeah, you probably. Pete's bigger than you.
So I just need to sand that now. So I'm going to use my noisy DA sander.
Wood Dude says, if you guys like texturing, check out Chris Parker's IRD coming soon. Saturday, June the 18th, 7 p.m. UK time.
Ooh.
Chris Parker.
Right, as this gets too noisy, let me know and I'll mute myself.
Yeah, Steve, it's too noisy. What is joking? So, Susie's first turner. Question for Steve. Don't think you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Are you going to use embellishing wax?
Yes, I am.
To show Brian how much to use. The Hope Woodturning, the Hope texturing tool certainly does give you a more rounded texture, Mark, because it's not a cutter. It just compresses the fibres. The ends are rounded. And Jennifer's Crafts and Creations doing. She said, good evening, Terry Bartlett, Andrew, everybody. Basically. Anita Ball's in. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Anita. Terry's talking to Ruth in a minute. Keep looking at people's channels to see if anybody got.
Right, so
Do we say hello to Anita?
Did say hello to Anita, yeah, Terry. I did indeed.
I got distracted there. I was talking to her. Question from Jennifer, Steve. Where did you get your 2-inch head for your air sander? As Mark has been looking for one for years.
It actually came with the sander, Jennifer. It's a 50mm air DA sander. So if you look out for it on eBay, that's where it comes from.
Like dainty little tool in it.
Yeah, it's nice. Does the job nicely. Just a bit noisy. That's the only trouble. So I'm going to rub most of this down by hand because I don't fancy.
LB 1961. Thanks, guys. I'm East Coast and struggle to understand him, but can provide translations.
Yeah, I can
struggle
try
to understand.
Well, you obviously.
So I'm just going to rub this.
Shane Hurst is in.
Right, Shane.
What's this link Marcus put in? Let me just click it and see. Oh, it's a mini sander.
Oh, that's the mini sander on eBay.
Yeah, that's the air sander that Steve was using.
He's on the ball, isn't he, eh?
Yep.
I might have to get one of those. They look good. Are they any good, Steve?
They are very good. Very, very good indeed.
You answered Jennifer's question. If I had a bigger compressor, I might think about getting air tools.
If I don't need a compressor that was quiet, I'd get one.
I don't need a huge compressor. That's only about 4 CFM.
Yeah, but I've only got a little 25 litre one to be kicked on all the time.
Is yours
It
loud?
does that. I mean, you can only use an airbrush for sort of 5 minutes, and then it kicks in.
Mine's horrendously loud, mine.
So it uses quite a bit.
All right, so let's just get some.
I'm going to get a new one, I think. New compressor.
Jennifer says it's just the sanding hardware that you need.
Oh, right, yeah, so eBay them.
Yeah, you get them from eBay. Or...
Because it's the same as that sort. It's just threaded in there. It's only threaded in there. You put a pin in it somewhere. I think you put a pin somewhere. Through there. You put a pin through there to lock that and just unthread that, which is
Down
like
a
that.
bit, down a bit. You can't see
In a
it.
bit, Steve.
So you put a pin through there to lock it, then it's only threaded on or something like that.
All right.
All right, okay. So it's not like a little chuck in the end of that then?
No.
Okay. So the already ones that we get from Simon Hope wouldn't fit it?
No, definitely not. No, it's threaded.
Jiski's Wood Creations just joined us.
Hello, mate.
Afternoon, all still in quarantine from COVID.
Oh, that's terrible, Krisky.
Terrible.
Oh, I hope you're
You
getting
okay?
better, mate. Hope you're feeling better.
Yeah, definitely. Good thing is you can watch loads of TV and YouTube and
Yep, he asked a question.
Roy says his compressor's only 15 litres. And Ez has that on all the time as well. Trouble is, if it's a little bit noisy, you can't run the compressor all the time. It drives you crazy. And drive the neighbours crazy, I think, as well.
Yeah, they're quite noisy, aren't they? Some of them.
all compressors
Well,
are noisy.
Mark has got.
Unless you
Well,
got a
they're not,
silent,
'cause-
unless you got a silent one.
Yeah, Mark
got
has
a
a
silent
silent
one,
one, doesn't he? I think they're well expensive. And the one Mark has is discontinued, so you can't get it anymore. What's the question from our good friend Yappy? So I've just asked him what the question was. Roy the Boy says, Brian, watch and learn. I actually used the embellishing wax today on a little box, which you will see the pictures of later.
Yeah, Douglas, earplugs, that's cool, true. Can't do it when you
Roy the Boy says mine is only 15 litres and it has to, it's on all the time. Yeah, too small. You need a bigger, you definitely need a bigger one to get it right.
I checked out Mark's compressor the other day because this is really silent, but the trouble is you can't get them anymore. They don't make them.
No, well, don't make that one, but they still make silent ones.
Yeah.
What you want is a central. What you want is
Simon Smith got one.
What you want is a
Really
centrifugal compressor. They work like on a worm screw,
Mm-hmm.
so they are absolutely silent.
Right.
So Javi has a question, Steve.
Yep.
It's referring to Chuck Buddies.
Right.
Could you explain what the Chuck Buddy is? He says he's heard of it, but he doesn't know anything about it.
All right. Just give me 1 second, and I will explain it for you. Right. Hang on. Let's turn the extractor off. I have one chucked up here. So, Chuck Buddy. It was originally designed for myself, but the guys bullied me.
Yeah, with a big stick, we bullied them.
So
what? Such a good idea. We thought you ought to make them in Florida because they're brilliant.
So what it is obviously when you got spare chucks, you normally chuck your spare chucks. You normally chuck your spare chucks on the side or on a nail or on a shelf. So the Chuck Buddy comes in 6 different sizes, 2 different sizes for the M33. Basically, you screw it to the wall and you fix your chuck to, if you don't cross-thread it, to the Chuck Buddy. So your chuck is out of the way where you need to have it, on a shelf, on the wall, wherever you want it. Mine are located on the end of my lathe. I put a board on where the A-frame of the lathe is, so that's where they are. So that's the Chuck Buddy. So it's a 3D printed plastic PLA plus, so it's really sturdy. Brian hangs a 6-inch chuck off of his, so we know they hold the weight. So really good, all the ones I've sold, I've not had one come back yet. So I'm really proud of those. So and then we go on. Sorry, Brian.
Sorry, the good thing about it, just as Steve demonstrated there, if you do happen to cross thread it a little bit, you ain't going to destroy your chuck.
No,
that's true.
Because it's plastic. If you do cross thread it, all you got to do is take it off, and because it's plastic, it'll recut the threads, and it doesn't damage the insert to your chuck, which is absolutely brilliant. So then we decided that we was going to do some other bits. So we decided to bring out the jaw holders, which work on a magnet, and then the faceplate rings. These are only really designed for the record pad, but I am in the process of making these for the Axminster lathe, the Axminster chucks, because I've been informed that the actual faceplate is slightly wider. So I'm in the process of doing those. So they were released next, and then I'm now about to release the Morse Taper 2 holder, the small tool holder, and the chuck key holders. So that there'll be more buddy range on the market, which hopefully everybody who buys it always sends nice comments back saying they like it, it works well. The good thing is it keeps all your tools where they need to be.
Idea.
So rather than having drawer fulls of stuff rattling around when you open and shut your drawers, I know we can use Shadowfoam to hold them, but if you've got a wall, that gives you the perfect space, and the actual, it's just there. It's just everything's there what you need. And like I say,
close to hand, easy to pick up.
Exactly. And we're in the process of doing several other items. The item we're in the process of doing now is called the Gouge Buddy. So it's going to be for holding 3 gouges. This is for bowl gouges because obviously the design of the hoops. But we're going to do one for scrapers and parting tools and everything else. And then we're also in the process, you've perhaps seen them on Brian's channel, the Robert Sorby holder for holding the arbors for the Robert Sorby inertia sander. So there's a few things in the pipeline. We're playing around with them. The guys have been really good.
Simon Hope inertia sander.
Yeah, is that what I said? What did I say?
You said Robert Sorby.
Oh no, Simon Hope. Sorry.
You're close.
And the other thing I'm now in the process of designing is something to hold the Axminster jaws, because so many people have messaged me and said, does the jaw holder work with the Axminster jaws? Unfortunately, it doesn't, because they're stainless steel. Magnets and stainless steel don't work together. But I'm actually in the process of designing something so you can use. You can actually store your Axminster jaws as well. So that's going to be towards the end of the year before that comes out. But I'm in the process of playing with that. So yeah, that's basically what we do.
What's the Facebook channel people can log on to, join, and then they can get all updates?
Yeah. If you go on Facebook and type in the Buddy Range, I believe that's still called the Buddy Range. Brian's going to put it in the chat, I think. If you want to be, if you want to, we opened the Buddy Range Facebook page just basically so people could show off their pictures of their buddies, chuck buddies, face jaw buddies, whatever they got, and also the news and updates of what's going to be coming out, what's going on, how things are going to improve, what we're working on, what's being processed, and things like that. So if you want to be a member of the Buddy Range group, then please go over and join. Everybody's welcome. You can also show your work on there. Me and Brian discussed this a few weeks ago and said to get a bit more traffic through the page, we was going to allow, because originally I just said it was going to be about the Buddy Range, and Brian said about getting a few more people across the page, so we've agreed to let people show their work on it as well. So everybody's welcome to show their work on it as well.
There's the link.
So yeah, exciting times. It's really good. I'm really overwhelmed how well the Buddy Range has grown, from something that was going to be something just for me in the workshop, and then I gave a few to Brian and the other guys if they wanted them, and then basically people are asking me about them, so that's when we decided we was going to sell them. So, but like I say, I've sent them all over the world.
And they're very reasonable.
Yeah, they are a good price. If you want to buy them, they're on my Made Me store, or you can go to my website. They're advertised on there. But they've been sent to America, Canada, Spain, Italy, Germany, France, all over the place. I've sent them. Ireland.
Lots of people in England.
Yeah, and lots of people in England, definitely, yeah. So no, it's been very. So I'm grateful to everybody who's bought them. Thank you very much, and I hope you are pleased with them. If you're not, message me and we'll sort something out. Right.
A
So
couple of questions here. Colin Woodwizard Colin's asking, did you get the package he sent you?
I did, Colin. I was going to post it on Facebook. I opened the package when I got home tonight. I was going to post it before I came on live, but I totally forgot. But I will post it on after my live, mate. So thank you for that. And I'm amazed. I'm baffled how you did it, to be perfectly honest.
There's a question for Brian from Douglas Mungham. Asks, how did you get on with the wax?
Fine.
That's fine, right? And then
Is all I'm saying.
Stephen the Wood says, what is embellishing wax? I take it that's what he means.
He's not asking me what embellishing wax is.
Well, you know.
It's just wax that embellishes.
And also now we do have, I see, if I just
real simple things
on a bit, we do have Baz of Real Simple Things. We have
Hi,
Rob
Baz.
from Copper Owl Woodturning.
Hi, Rob.
And Baz is suggesting, what about easy wood tools, Steve? All in the fullness of time, Baz. All in the fullness of time.
Yeah, we can fit those as
Yeah,
well.
we're kind of picking on the most common ones to begin with.
Most common.
That's why we're not doing Axmaster. Record Power, Nova, all these kind of chucks, they all fit.
Basically, any chuck that's made where the jaws are not stainless steel will fit the chuck putty jaw holders.
Yep.
Because they got magnets in them.
You will.
Donna's in, Love Angel.
Hi, Donna.
I love Angel. That's Donna, isn't it? Donna.
Mm.
Love Angel.
Mark Pritchard's in.
Hi, Mark.
He is. We've got 75 people watching now.
Wow, thank you.
46 thumbs up.
Just,
Let me just refresh my page again.
So I'm not going to try and sand in there too much
no, I'd take the.
because it's quite good off. It's actually quite good off the tool.
Where is
Actually,
Becky till I send him a private message?
Even I'm impressed with how good it is off the tool.
Bit of you as well.
So this is 320. That bit there is a little bit soft there. Don't know if that's a bit of bark, I think.
Yeah, maybe.
Grammar, this is YouTube has a question. What was the first and the last item you bought when you started wood turning? I don't know about the last item.
I ain't bought the last one yet.
Yeah, exactly.
They're still young.
There will be more purchases ahead.
The first item I bought was a cheap, nasty. I can't think of the bloody name of it. What's the name of them red lathes? You had one as well, Brian.
Oh,
Axminster.
No, it wasn't
no,
Axminster.
red.
No.
Lumberjack.
Red.
Lumberjack.
Right.
I bought a cheap and nasty lumberjack lathe.
Snap.
Paid 120 quid for it.
Yep.
And I thought it was me because every time I turned something and put it in the headstock the other way, it was well out of centre.
Yep.
And I thought it was me. So I got frustrated with it and chucked up the corner of the well, not chucked it, but put up the corner of the garage out of the way and sort of had a 2 days hissy fit.
And threw in a crusher.
And Nick said to me, she said, "What's the problem?" I said, "It's bloody lathe. I don't know if that's me or the lathe. Every time I take it out of centre and turn it around, that's well out of shape and this, that and the other." And she said, "Well, why don't you buy a good lathe? One that's going to last?" And I was like, "Yeah, but they're £1,000 and blah, blah, blah." And she said to me, "Well, what did your granddad always say? Buy once, cry once." So I said, "Well, yeah, there is that, I suppose." So anyway, I made the sacrifice and bought this lathe I got now. And got it, set it up, and done exactly the same as I did with the other lathe, and it was spot on. I was like, right, that lathe can go. So I put it on Facebook for sale for 150 quid, and it went in about 20 minutes.
Yep.
So
somebody else is now cursing, sitting in the back
someone
of the
else
garage,
someone
throwing a lathe
else
across the room.
someone else is now give up woodworking because they had a shit lathe.
I did exactly the same thing.
Well, Mark
Exactly.
Pritchard's first lathe was an Axminster 406 floor standing lathe and
That's a good lathe.
SK114 package. Just saying, Brian. And
Would do
Yaffe
say
asked
question.
if what was your website, and Mark's put it in his skkrafts.woodturners.uk.
Yep, that's what it is.
That's SKK.
So LB 1961 says, excuse my ignorance, Brian, are you models? No. I was born in Edinburgh, brought up in Kirriemuir.
Had to be one of them.
There you go.
And Wesley Hannes still is currently Grizzly G0 733 or GO
18 inch by 47 inch.
That's a big lathe. I don't know what I took that off there for. Oh no.
My first lathe back in 1982.
18 what? 82?
1978 was a Perform little tiny lathe, and then in 89 I bought a Poolward 1840, which lasted me until last year. Well, yeah, no, the year before last. And I bought the 508 Axminster.
My advice to any budding wood turner is to save up and buy your first lathe.
Buy your last
lathe first.
You say, buy your last lathe.
Last lathe first.
Nearly got that back to front.
Right, so
save up. Don't spend 200 quid on a lathe now. Save your money and get a decent one.
Yeah. Look for a good second-hand one as well. There's a lot of good second-hand ones out there. People who are giving up.
After my experience of the same lathe that Steve first bought,
Mark has now put the correct website in.
Yeah,
thanks, Mark.
Because he failed the first 2 times.
He's had 2 or 3 attempts.
Because he's had 2 or 3 doom bars, him and Pete. Barry Chitty's just upgraded to the 406 and the SK114.
That'll be 1961.
Sort of a
thanks,
normal
Brian.
note there somewhere.
Yeah, lumberjack lathes, Stephen, lumberjack lathes, not timberjack. They're also known as boat anchors. They're not heavy enough to be a boat anchor.
Boat anchor, yeah.
The problem with them, the problem I found with mine was because it was made out of box steel and it bolted together. You just couldn't get it lined up perfect between the headstock and the tailstock.
That's correct. It never stayed in line. It wouldn't stay in line. And the tailstock locking lever was underneath the bed, which is a complete pain in the rear end. LB 1969 said, thanks, Brian. I thought your studio was at tomorrow's. My apologies. I'm in Forfar and looking, Forfar, it's not far from Kirriemuir, and looking to learn the craft in my old age.
Good. Just
like the rest of us then, LB.
Can you read that Pete's put in there, Brian? Just to...
I'm not sure how far down is it.
Oh, you know, it's only about 6 up. Oh,
I can't, suddenly my glasses are all steamed up. I can't read
funny,
that.
Isn't it? Pete said he's never made a bad purchase in turning stuff. That's why he's got the SK114. Plural, 114
Z. Apostrophe S.
Those are lovely, aren't they? Hello, Chris.
Mark has 3.
Woodworks.
Pete has at least 2, maybe 3.
Steve Roy wants to know what that is you're using there.
This is sand and sealer, cellulose sand and sealer, Fin 6040. And as you can see, it's soaking in nice.
Yeah, it is. It's looking good, that. It's looking good, that is.
So Jim Woodturner says, look, don't be relying on me for correct links tonight. I'm steadily being led astray. No. You're managing to be astray all by yourself, I'm sure. Don't be blaming
Love
Pete
Angel says
just because he's there.
I am the lovely county of Clackmannanshire.
Clackmannanshire.
That's good.
One.
For your throat job, innit? You know, get the phlegm up. Man, I'm sure.
Benjamin says he's had an email today to say that the American Beauty is going up by $1,400.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
You're going to buy one instead of two then, Ben.
And Pete says,
Going
"Hi,
up by
Donna,
what?
Rob,
It's 10 grand as it is.
typing on the phone is hard, but I'm here.
Bloody fly, get out of my face.
I fly.
Mm.
That's what you
Yes.
get for hot weather.
I knew I should have had a bath last week.
Next
Yeah,
week
I
you'll
know.
do, Steve. Don't worry.
If you've got any money saved up and you want to buy a lathe, buy it now. Because they're all going to be going up shortly.
Yeah, I bet. Like everything else in the world.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Except your wages.
Yes, about
Petrol,
right.
is petrol above £2 a litre where you are, guys?
192, I think, at the minute.
Diesel's £2 a litre. I only drive a petrol car.
Well, a strange thing
I
has
don't
occurred
pay for it
here
anyway. And my roof pays for it.
that in Newcastle, the garages are now selling petrol and diesel at the same price.
Yeah, I see that on Facebook.
Oh, it's a bit naughty.
Profiteering, mate. That's what it was all about.
And profiteering.
It's all profiteering.
Criminals, they are.
Shell, on Shell's quarterly, they made £5.9 billion profit on the first quarter of the year. So you're telling me they're not profiteering?
Of course they are.
And the government's not going to do nothing because they're getting 25% of whatever profit they make.
Yeah.
So we're just all doomed. We're doomed!
We'll all have to stay in our workshops longer.
And
Yeah.
Rob from Copperell Woodturning says he likes fiddling with that little small brush. I prefer a small brush when I'm putting on oil too.
Well, it's nice because you can just get a little nooks and crannies going.
Did you just say about what Marcus just said there, Danny? No? You went past the garage today and they were both 1 and 99.9.
0.9, taking and making it.
It's
It's absolutely taking the mic. It's time we did what the French people do.
stand.
Just go and block the cities.
Yep.
The lorry drivers just go and block the cities and could just go and strike basically.
If everybody
Yeah.
didn't buy fuel for a week,
Yeah, everybody. Just say no.
Douglas Mungham says in London at a fuel station it's £2.25.
A litre.
I bet you stand on motorways too.
Yeah.
Because it's a captured
Jappy
audience
says
when you're on the
Jappy says
motorway,
he's got to buy a lathe, a whole lathe just for one part. Wow. Just buy a new lathe then, Jappy.
yeah, just buy a new lathe. That's what I would do.
And then keep the old one for parts.
And they would do suggest that everyone just buy a push bike.
yeah.
I would totally agree with that.
I don't know if I get my tools on a push bike though.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Carry a
hard
ladder,
for people who are
tools.
stick a big
3 bags
compressor
of
on the
plaster.
bike.
I struggle with getting them all in the van, let alone on the back of a bike.
And Sherman would turn to shouting, "Revolt! Come the revolution!" That's what I say.
Well, Colin's saying, what happened to the so-called 5p reduction the government
what?
said they were getting? Well, the government did put it down by 5p.
Garages
but the
didn't.
garages never took it
They
up.
never-
They just kept the money.
No, not one 5p came off in this country. No, I don't believe it.
No, it didn't.
So there's another 5p that the oil companies are
Per
getting.
litre. Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah,
that's
but seriously.
politics. Let's leave it at the door.
Yeah.
Billy's Woodwork says he lives 2 miles from work and he probably goes 2 months between fill-ups. Yeah, well, Michelle only drives about 7 miles. She's only part-time.
Well, Chris,
So-
why don't you just walk to work and you won't have to fill up at all?
About once a month. Yeah, exactly.
2 miles isn't very far.
That's what I would do. 2 miles not
Douglas
far.
says, Steve, get a horse.
yeah. Horse and
Brian's
cart.
got 6 of those. But he's
haven't
going
done.
to go riding them again next week, so you can
I'm
give
gonna
the car up, Brian.
I'll maybe try and ride my horse on Sunday,
Yeah.
depending on what the weather's like. See how my knee stands up.
Don't you sit down when you're
Steve
riding a
looks
horse?
good with a roller carpet.
But you do, but yeah, you have to have your knees bent all the time, and they're in the stirrups. So that's when it causes a problem when my knees
Can
bent.
you lengthen the stirrups? So they're
Can
straight?
yeah, can, but you can't. You still can't have your legs straight.
Well, stand up, like the jockeys do.
I do. Have you ever seen how bent a jockey's leg is when they're in the saddle?
Have you seen a bent a jockey is? Right, so
Yep.
get this sanded. Blow all the dust off of it. Just clean that up on the sides.
Chris says I could hitch. He could hitchhike an Amish buggy on the way. You couldn't, eh?
In fact, if 2 miles, you could get one of those golf buggies and charge it up every night.
You could, there you go.
Take 2 miles.
Electric car. Boom.
Have you seen the price of electric?
Yeah, it's nearly as bad as petrol.
I don't know which is the cheapest.
The wood dude said he's made pouches for his bike, but still have problems with the table saw though. Pouches are not big enough then.
Right, embellishing wax. What colour do you reckon?
Oh no! Now be quiet, everybody. I have to pay attention here.
Do you reckon gold? I don't think you'll see a gold, will you?
This, Brian, is how you do embellishing wax. Okay.
It will need to be something a bit more in your face, I think, Steve.
Well, I was going to go blue and purple.
Yeah,
What about really nice turquoise?
the usual golds and coppers and stuff won't work on
Well,
bronzes.
it won't work on that bit.
So blue and purple, green or pink?
Blue and purple.
Right, blue and purple it is then.
Susie's Swiss Woodturner is asking, why did you sand off the oil?
No, it's not oil. It was embellishing wax. No, it weren't. It was
It was sanding.
Sanding silk.
and what it does,
Sanding
Susie, actually swells the grain a little bit. So
just denibbed it basically.
so yeah,
just
just basically
Tina.
wiped it back. Right,
Richard
so,
Feelings just joined us. Hello, Richard.
Richard.
Hi, Richard. How you doing, buddy?
so I'll get some gloves on. Have a swig of my drink because I've got a of a sore throat lately. Must be getting old, I reckon.
Yeah, that's the strange thing. Roy is saying that the price of the barrel of oil was £126 3 years ago, and fuel was £1.09 a litre. A barrel is now £96 a barrel, and the fuel is £2 a litre. It's not about the price of the oil.
No, it's
Pizza
not.
was
About the fear of shortages.
Pete Triss's tree says, Steve, you should use shocking pink.
I've got.
It says pink.
I have got
Steve, the
shocking.
dude says pink.
I have got pink. I was going to do pink in the middle. Funny enough.
Okay.
Well, Stephen has said pink as well, so.
Can you do that slowly? Dave Oaty wants you to do it slowly, the embellishing wax, so Brian can understand how to do it.
Thanks, Dave.
Right.
Cheers, mate.
So
Douglas Mungham usually said,
that's all you need, Brian. Brian, that's all you
What?
need. That's all you need.
less than that. Less than that.
That's loads.
So rub it in there because we've got that little ring round there.
What's all this nonsense but rubbing it between your fingers and nonsense?
Well, you can do that, or put it on a pad. Whichever. Well, you can, Brian, but everybody else can.
I'm sitting here with my mouth open.
So we're just rubbing it in those grooves. We want to fill the. What we're trying to do is fill the low parts up.
That General Woodturner says, Pete told me to say pink, and he's bigger than me, so, and he's sat 2 feet away. So pink. He is bigger than you. And I bet you're closer to the top of the stairs than he is. You might liberally throw you down them.
Jennifer's Crash Creation says that Mark said, I'll be taking his husband, Mark, said that you stopped doing the late night ones live. Is that true?
We haven't. The reason I stopped them is, excuse me, was because I weren't very well, and they were paying a bit of a toll on me. Because being at work all day, and then trying to nap in between the Friday Night Live and the live, and then trying to go back to sleep at 2 o'clock in the morning weren't doing me no good, Jennifer. So me and Brian both said about knocking them on the head for a little bit. We will do them again.
We will.
But not just yet.
And next time we'll do them in turns, so Steve's not doing all the turning.
Just have him earworming.
Yeah. Right. So what we're doing now is we're just going to rub that wax off of there. Just taking it.
It's different. It's actually different. Earworming is easier than turning because when you're turning, you have the pressure of the turning, and you get a bit of adrenaline built up, and then when your live's over, it's kind of more difficult to get to sleep.
Yeah, I weren't falling asleep until like 5 o'clock in the morning, and
Yeah, that's
my natural body clock then wakes me up at 6. and I was absolutely, that was just doing me in. But we will do them again.
Fantastic.
I see.
Heather's has some fantastic news. Her sister's lung tumours are gone and the liver tumours are shrinking.
Oh, good.
That's absolutely brilliant news, Heather.
Wonderful.
I hope that trend continues, my friend.
Yeah. Cool.
Right, so that's the pink.
That's looking. Actually, Steve, that went on quite well. I mean, almost perfect. Did you take note, Brian?
Yes, I'm videoing this actually.
Right, so now a bit of blue. I'm actually going to put the blue in with a brush, I think, because I want it. Where's my brushes gone? Here they are.
Andy, we were learners asking, what can you use to soften the embellishing waxes? He's got a couple of tins that have gone a bit hard.
If you mix them in, if you just get a brush and do that, Andy, they should come back. As you can see, the moisture coming to the top of that one. Look.
If you've left the lid off and it went hard completely, the
might be a skin on it, maybe, you know.
The wax just evaporates out of them. That's all it is.
Yeah, bit of turpentine, is it?
I don't know. I don't know if
it would work.
I don't know if
that would work. I've heard Terry talking about that before, and
yeah, I think it's turpentine they use, isn't it?
White spirit. Turpentine.
Don't use a hot air gun or anything.
Don't use a naked flame.
No.
Aston says,
he's a liar.
Thanks, Aston. Your Tiger Bow embellishing work was perfect. Don't listen to them. Yeah, get in there. Try to find a piece. I'm trying to find a piece on my shelves that I've done an embellishing wax on that actually worked, and I'm having a bit of difficulty.
So, like you say, you can use a brush just to, because all you're doing is you're filling the texturing up. So you can use a brush. You haven't got to use tissue. So we're just again going to buff that off, just to take the excess off.
Oh no! Oh no! Well, I'm like a Christmas bauble. I've got loads of Christmas baubles.
So as you can see, it just enhances that textures.
Yeah.
So the final one is purple.
Strangely enough, guys, I can't find a piece. Wonder why that is.
You'll get it, Brian.
I will.
Callum Petrie says this is his first time. Her could be, don't know.
Yes.
First time I managed to get in here when it's live. Normally watching 5 days later.
Oh, welcome, Callum. Hope you enjoy the banter. Right, so this is purple.
Just jumped onto Callum's channel just to see. Get any videos?
Barry says he wishes lung tumours would go. Oh, sorry to hear that, Barry.
Yeah, so do we.
Yeah, definitely. So again, you don't need loads. You're just dry brushing it on, really.
Pete says, "Did you mean to do that, Steve?" That's almost as bad as Brian.
Almost, but not quite.
Yep, that's exactly what it does say, Rob. Brian's note says, "Do not use embellishing wax." I used it today, I'm telling you.
Use it today?
Yep.
Oh, and?
I dry brushed it.
We see what it looks like, or is
on a sponge brush.
Or did you throw it away?
Oh no, it's on that piece I showed you earlier. There's embellishing wax on this piece. There's gold embellishing wax on that.
Oh yeah, I see that now. Yeah.
See?
Well, see
on the just on the high spots.
Right, so let's get a bit of tissue.
I see that, Callum. You've no channel. You've just a watching. It's just a watching brief, and that's fine too. You don't have to have a channel. You're extremely welcome, Callum.
Don't have to have a channel.
It's good to see you in, mate.
Yeah. That's the answer.
So all we're doing when we're putting the tissue on is we're just burnishing up the oil or the wax just to give it a little bit of a sheen, and just taking off any excess wax. You don't need to apply any pressure, because if you apply too much pressure, all you're going to do is generate heat and melt the wax off the piece.
And is that chestnuts?
No, Hampshire
wax?
Sheens.
Hampshire Sheens, right? Okay.
Hampshire Sheen embellishing wax.
Oh yeah, that's that hot pink thing, because he tried to get red, didn't he? He tried to get red.
Electric purple. Yeah, he tried to get red, but couldn't get it. So, like I say,
Yeah,
all we're doing is embellishing, we're enhancing the texture, and that's all we're doing with that. So that's as far as I'm going to go with that.
That's pretty cool.
Does anybody else get embellishing and texturing mixed up? I do.
Well, we're embellishing the texture now. So.
Yeah, I know. Oh, look.
Oh, there you go.
Ruth, fill your glass there as well, Terry, did you?
No, she didn't. My glass is empty.
Shocking.
That's just selfish, that is, Ruth.
Yeah.
No wonder he wants you to go metal detecting.
Yeah.
Right, so what I'm going to go over the top of that was a bit of microcrystalline. I'm not actually going to go over the texturing with the microcrystalline, though. Just the bits that are left. Because if I go over the texturing, we're going to end up with white residue from the wax in our embellish or in our texturing, which we don't want. As you can see, you get a nice sheen once you've burnished up the embellishing wax anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the bits that are left. And the reason I'm using microcrystalline is because it's a bit more forgiving. Because you won't get finger marks in it like you would with normal wax.
Ward Wilson's just joined. Hello, Ward.
Hi, Ward. How you doing?
Ward lives in the west coast of Arizona.
He does.
Been to Arizona. Blinking hot in Arizona.
So I'm just going to work that in really well, because we're going to have to buff
Dogs
this.
have been very bold this evening.
What's that, sorry?
My dogs have been very bold this evening.
Oh, kick them out.
Somebody walked down the lane, they're barking like mad.
And Roy's asking, Steve, does the wax in the grooves go hard?
Yes, it will. Yeah, it'll take a little while to cure, but it will go hard.
It will.
And you can lacquer over the top of it. I know people say you can't, but I have. So I'm just going to buff that off. Might have to give it a couple of coats just to get a little bit of a sheen on it.
Matt's workshop apparently is in South Carolina.
Where? South Carolina? What do you say, Terry?
Yeah.
It just says, Ward, hi, Ward. I'm from South Carolina. Well,
Yeah.
from South Carolina. So Matt's workshop.
Shane Sir says, hello, Ward, from East Tennessee.
East Tennessee. Go all over the place.
Yep.
It's nice to hear it when you hear people from all
An
over the world.
international audience.
Yes, Dave, I've been to most places.
85 people that are currently watching.
Wow, thank you very much, everybody, for coming over and
I
watching.
can't do any lives.
Very much appreciated, for sure. So if you do get your wax in your embellishing and you get white, all you got to do is get a hot air gun and just gently warm the wax up, and that'll melt and spread out. So it should get rid of that white in.
That's one of Martin's advanced techniques.
It is.
Oh,
Speaking of Martin, 15th of this month, which is next Wednesday, Tuesday. Him and Les are doing a free demo.
Yeah.
If you haven't already, go over to their Woodturning shop.
The Woodturning shop.
And subscribe to their newsletter. And you will get, if there's any places left, an invitation to do the Zoom free demo. Really
Dara
recommend.
Coolin's in, by the way, just to let
Hi,
you know.
Dara.
Dara Coolin's in and Danny Boy's in.
Hi, Danny. How you doing, mate? Nice to see you.
Dara's late because she's been doing yard work.
Oh no, not your hard work.
Oh, Dara. Hard work.
Right. So, I think
There's the link for the wood turning shop, guys. If you want to just pop across there, it's the very first thing when you, if you click that link, the very first thing that pops up is the live demo. And I think it's unlimited. So but jump over anyway. It'll be a good laugh because I
especially
think
with
Martin's
this.
the curious one of the dynamic duo.
Yeah,
He's funny too.
so I think we are there. Just put this stuff away. What do you reckon then?
Looking lovely, mate. I think it's gorgeous.
Lovely. I think it needs a lot of something extra. I think
Okay.
you need to.
Finio.
There you go.
No, I think you need to make a mortise and do a tiny circle on the right hand wing there.
I think you should drink your drink and be quiet.
Yeah, be quiet.
Why? What? Yeah, there's room for another 3 circles there.
There
At
is.
least 2.
There is. Less is more.
Steve Gordon just said that looks great, Steve. Nice stuff.
Now,
So-
now what you need to do is do another 3 of them and then kind of
Put them all together.
put them on the wall together. Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to treat the back because obviously the back is au naturel.
Untreated.
So I'm just going to get
So
my
you've
board.
got plenty. You've got plenty of room for another fastener bit hole there.
I'll tell you what. I've got this funny noise in my ear. It's like a Scottish come Irish accent thing in my ear.
Just lean back a bit, Steve, and click the button that says delete Brian.
They've all been very nice to me this evening. I see.
I've got one word to say to. Well, actually, I've got one thing to say, Brian.
Just be careful now. Just be careful.
SK114.
Wood Registry about Colin is only 3 subs away from 300. So if you haven't subbed to Colin, anybody, he would appreciate a little
Wood Wizardry by Colin. If you just hold on, I'll pop his channel in there. Let's see, can we get up to his 300 today?
It's always nice to help others, isn't it?
Yep. Copying,
Well, Callum P3 says,
pasting.
it's great to see people from all over the globe. I'm based in Prague for the last 20
Oh.
years, originated from Aberdeen. Another one we can't understand then.
Right.
Hope to have a channel next year. Lovely looking pieces there. Lovely looking piece there, Steve. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Callum.
He talks about loons and quinies. So there's whose channel is that? Did I say?
Collins.
Colin.
Colin
That's the one.
Wood Wizardry.
Wood Wizardry by Colin. Pop over there. If
3
you're not
subs
subbed
to get
already,
300.
get him subbed. Let's get him over 300. I'm convinced I'm subbed. I better just double check that. Yeah, of course I am. Got that many tabs open on my computer now. I better close some of them down before my computer decides it's had enough.
Heather's opinion is she would like it without the colours, Steve.
Oh, sorry, Heather.
Probably because
But it's a nice piece of wood.
a piece of timber,
I
but
have to say.
I think it's nice.
Oh, there.
I think with
She
the
should.
embellishing wouldn't stand out as much if you. You mean I totally agree. You know, at the end of the day, if that's not your thing, that's not your thing, is it? But
Can we change the camera so we can see what you're doing?
oh yeah, if you want to.
Well, it was quite nice looking at the chuck. Just to compare it with the
Hey,
SK114.
hey. Mr. Beckett, I'll have less of this sweaty sock nonsense.
So I'm just gonna buff this up because I've just put some cellulose sand and sealer on there.
Colin needs one more. He's got 2 given 2 subs. He needs one more sub. There, he got it now. Aston sub to him. That's just 300. Well done,
Just
Colin.
refreshing the page on Collins now to see what he gets. 300 subscribers. There you go.
Done. Well done, Colin.
Excellent, guys. Well done.
So I'm just going to put a bit of wax on the back of that, just so it looks like the rest.
Heather says from Spirit, Wind, Wood, Stone and Bone, said it would have been better with gold leaf. Pushing the boat out now, Heather. Gold leaf. Ooh.
I had a choice, Heather. That was either put diesel in the van for work next week or gold leaf.
Gold leaf, yeah.
You can buy fake gold leaf. It's not there.
That's a nice piece of wood as well. So, like that. Can't beat you, really, can you?
Right.
Woodwizards by Colin says, thanks, I'm thinking of giving a custom slate coaster on my 300. Well, you better get making it.
Tim's in from TF Turning. Hello,
Hi,
Tim.
Tim.
All right, Tim, how you doing, mate?
Welcome, buddy.
Right, so where's that? God, where's that bowl gone?
Oh,
So,
Terry. Mark service to thing, and it was a treat. Thanks,
Well
buddy.
done, Mark. Did it? Was it the points that were
Dirty,
playing on your
probably.
mind?
so there we go.
Susie, the Swiss Woodturner says, question. Does gold leaf go over texturing? It does.
Yes, it will.
I think gold leaf goes over anything, doesn't it?
You just need to make
Goes
sure you just need to make sure that you get the size pushed well in the texturing.
Danny,
Basically,
Danny's
wherever
got it
you
right.
put the size, the gold leaf will stick.
Stick. Danny's got it right though. He says surely gold leaf's cheaper than diesel.
It probably is. And JP Woodworking's in.
Oh,
Hi,
JP.
JP.
How you doing?
JP!
Jamie's in the house.
Jamie's in the house.
Every time I hear Jamie's name, I think of Jamie and the Magic Torch.
Cool, that's some
Strawberry.
years old.
Strawberry.
Right, so let's just dump those because they're all crud.
And Let's Woodshop is sub to Jennifer. So there's a whole lot of subbing going on today.
Yeah, Jennifer needs 5 for 440.
Oh, does she?
Come on, let's get her.
Come on, guys, let's get over to Jennifer.
Jennifer's
Jennifer.
linking.
Where's Jennifer? Jennifer's Crafts and Creations. There she is there. We just go to her channel and see what it is now, right this very minute.
I only need 440 to get 1,000.
436 subscribers Jennifer has. It's at this very moment in time. Copy that. Paste that. There's the link for Jennifer's channel. Let's nip over there and see, can we, if you're not subscribed, nip over and
Bang the button.
let's give Jennifer some love.
It's looking very nice, Stephen.
It is very, very nice, I have to say.
Like
A
that.
whole lot
I
better
like
than
that.
one I tried the other day.
Yeah, I like that.
I like that bit
Yeah.
there, the natural bit on the side.
Yeah, that's gorgeous.
It all adds to the character of the piece.
Yeah.
That's it.
Could do with another waxing because you can just see where the wood's so
Ah,
dry.
See,
That's-
just your finger is down there, it could
Yeah.
have done a little circle just round there.
I'm not putting nothing else on it. Hang on. I'll see if I've got a spot. I'll see if I've got a sticky spot or something. That's what on there.
I'll stick one of my stickers on it there. That'll be fine. That would do. There you go. That's perfect.
JP's
There you
asking question.
Oh, look at that.
What is the buddy range and where can
There we
people
go.
buy them?
Well, what is the buddy range? That's the second time
Yeah,
tonight.
where can people buy
go.
them?
You better cover that witch up. Is Ben in the chat?
Right. I'm sure you know what the buddy range is, JP. I'm sure
You
you
haven't got
do.
a clue. Think it's mince.
We've already had the whole buddy range chat.
Right. Buddy range is this.
You should have been in earlier. You wouldn't have missed it.
Right. So I'll just quickly go through again. The buddy range is something that obviously I designed to hold my chucks. So basically just a threaded piece of plastic off the 3D printer so you can screw it to the wall. And then obviously that's the range what we're doing at the moment. They are the jaw holders and the faceplate holders are available on my Made Me store. If anybody needs the Made Me if anybody needs the Made Me store link, if you go on Made Me and type in handmade by skkrafts, that should come up. So that's where anybody can buy them. At the moment, there's only the Chuck Buddies and the jaw holders and the faceplate holders on there at the moment. Oh, and a nut I did an M33 nut for somebody, so I stuck that there as well. So they're the only things up there at the moment, but there are new items coming, so just keep an eye out. But if you want to keep in touch about the the buddy range, then join our Facebook page, the buddy range, and then you'll be kept update with all
excuse me.
with all the
Whole
latest
thing.
information that's going on with it. So there you go. Right, so let's just quickly have another look at this. It's not about that, it's about this.
Mark Picker's having to go. Goodbye, Mark.
See you later, Mark. Thanks for coming over. So this is the piece we did tonight. Get rid of this
You spoiled that rubbish.
Get rid of
Get
that
that sticker.
rough off there. Right, so I just want re-wax in there because where the wood's really dry, it's soaking in really quick there. So I'll just re-wax that little bit there. But I'll let that dry off first, and I'll give it another coat tomorrow, a couple of coats tomorrow. But obviously we use the Robert Sorby mini texturing tool to do the texturing. Obviously, the middle one we had it set at that angle. Don't know if you can see that angle.
So like 30 degrees.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe 30.
Maybe.
Yeah, not 45, maybe 30 degrees, something like that. Then we did. Well, actually, it's the last notch on the handle.
Oh yeah.
So there's a notch line in there. So anyway, then we put it vertical to do the middle one, and what we did is we rolled it backwards and forwards, and because it's concaved, it gives you that like stitch effect. Excuse me. And then the final one, we moved it back a little tiny bit, maybe 5 degrees, and then we did exactly the same on the outside one, stitched it backwards and forwards, and that gave us like a wider overpass line on it. As you can see, it's sort of looping over itself. And then obviously Hampshire sheen, embellishing wax, purple, blue, electric purple, electric blue, and then shocking pink in the middle. So yeah, that's good. I like it. I like it.
Nice wall hanging.
It's called hot pink, not shocking pink.
All right, hot pink. Hot pink. Hot pink.
Just in case people go on the internet looking for shocking pink from Hampshire sheen, they won't find it.
Right.
You'll
So,
find hot pink.
right. So let's bring you guys back.
No, don't do that.
Good looking, good looking ones. Well, one of the good looking ones. Brian's not.
What do you mean one of the good looking ones?
Steve,
You may turn that camera a bit so it's facing Ruth then.
No, I won't.
Because she's the only good looking one in your house.
She's sitting there with nothing on.
Now, girls.
Again. For goodness sake, Ruth. Have you thought about leaving where it is and moving the handle left to right, see what the pattern gives? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Do that all the time.
That's what I did. That's what I did in there, JP. That gives like a crisscross effect or cross and looping effect.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's good. It's good. So anyway, something to have a go at if you want to have a go. Like I say, I was inspired by Wayne. Go and check Wayne's out because Wayne's are 10 times. Well, actually, they're more than 10 times better than mine. He does some really awesome pieces, and they're amazing. So still reward off. So anyway, thanks for coming over. Any questions before we go? If not, we'll.
Any last questions?
Yeah. How do you use embellishing wax?
Shut up, you.
Well, you wouldn't know, Brian, even if you've been shown first.
You just tell me to shut up there.
Yeah, shut up.
I can't believe you said that.
Shut up. Shut up.
And Woodwork Learner says, Brian, you didn't answer my question from a few. Woodwork Learner says, question, Brian, you're good at promoting other people's channels, but not your own. Why is that? Because I don't like to self-promote.
No, I don't either.
There you go.
I don't like the self.
Quite happy to promote everybody's, but I don't self-promote myself. Maybe somebody will promote mine someday.
Yeah, and me. And mine.
But that's the answer. I don't like to self-promote.
Brian does have an Irish twang, Ben.
I do not have
You
an
ought to
Irish
hear him.
twang, Ben.
You ought to hear him when he's answering his next door neighbour when she pops out.
Hello, Mary.
Hello, Mary. How you doing?
How the devil are you, Mary?
And he comes back on the air and he says, murder. It's murder.
Good afternoon, Mary. How are you doing today?
Crazy.
To be sure.
Well, you have to kind of blend in sometimes, you know.
Right then, we'll go, shall we? Nobody's asking any questions.
We're not.
Nobody asks any
Bye,
questions.
everybody.
Right.
Thanks everybody for coming.
So thank you very much, everybody, for coming over and joining us. I won't be here next Friday. Brian's going to cover for me. I'll be driving my way to wherever I'm going. I can't remember where I'm going.
Doing a Terry.
Yeah.
Doing a TJ.
Yeah, I've been told I've got to go on holiday for a week.
You're welcome, Jennifer.
So I'm not.
He has
I
to,
don't.
He has to go.
I don't know about the Sunday. I'll have a word with anybody. If not, I'll stick a video up. I have got a video that I've been doing, so that can go up. But if there's anybody's live, then if anyone wants to cover it, then obviously the guys will announce it through the week. So other than that, I think that's it.
There's just one last question. JP Woodworks has asked. Question. If you could use an SK114 chuck in the horse industry, would you buy one, Brian?
Nay.
No. Nay. Chance.
Good night, everybody.
It's not the fact that I can't buy one. It's just that I can't afford to buy one. That's the problem.
The problem he gets, JP. The problem is every time he gets, he goes.
Then he goes.
It's got like a self-closer on it.
Teeth in his wallet.
Right, guys.
Teeth on his wallet.
We go. Terry should do Sunday. Terry can't do Sunday. He can't stand up. He's got a problem with his leg. So
no, I can't stand it.
So
back problem.
Yeah. So anyway, guys, thank you very much. I will be back Sunday. Thank you for everybody who sent in lidded boxes video pictures at the moment. Had quite a few in. Thank you very much, and some new names as well. Actually, some people have had some box pictures from some new names. So thank you very much for that. Keep sending them in.
Oh, look at that. Sits on top of that glass.
Look at that. That's pretty, isn't it? So keep sending new pictures in to me. I'm not back till the 24th, so I will get all the pictures together and do a montage for the 26th, which will be our first Sunday live back after the holiday. So just keep sending me the pictures. I will still get them while I'm on holiday, so don't worry about that. To my email, skkrafts@btinternet.com, and just put in subject like hashtag lidded box or something like that, just so I know what it is, so I know I'm not getting spam emails. So anyway, we're going to go. I'll see you Sunday. Wayne's on tomorrow. 8 p.m. I believe. Yeah, 8 p.m.
Yep.
Yeah.
Usually.
Yeah.
Susie Woodturning. What is the address for the boxes? It's SK.
Oh, here.
It's skkrafts@btinternet.com. I think Brian's now going to put it in, Susie. And just put in the subject lidded box, hashtag lidded boxes. Lidded boxes.
And email it to Steve.
There you are, Susie.
Email it to Steve by the 26th.
Yeah.
And you will be included in the montage.
No, actually, email it to me by the 24th if you can. That gives me Saturday and Sunday, because we're going to be off for holidays. Things are going to be hectic. That give me the Saturday and the Sunday to get them ready for all the.
By the 24th.
That give me the Saturday to get them ready for the Sunday. So anyway, we're going to go now. Have a great weekend. I will see you Sunday. Speak to you soon. Take care, and thanks for coming over. Bye.
Bye.
Cheers, everybody.
That's all, folks.